dominant on their comfort maps as they used to be, Hawker. Do you think that's a slight problem going up against Sprout, who are certainly a capable team when it comes to Nuke at times when they've played it before?
Yeah, it could be a slight issue, but I think the problem for Sprout is they're still kind of finding their footing a bit with this roster. Remember, they've made those recent moves, right? They brought Rouse into in-game lead back in August. They brought Key in just in November. So I don't think some of these maps that they don't play as often will be as well fleshed out for the Sprout side. We'll see if that's true, though, as we are ready to get underway into Sinner's map pick of Nuke.
Here we go. Utility out for B-Stick. It's got Molly and a smoke for him. Sprout currently rocking 4 sets of Kevlar, and a very quick play here for Sinner straight in towards the ramp. Rouse is going to be the first player tested alongside Slacks. They're able to find the first pick, and B-Stick with the reply, but look how quick the rotation is from Sprout. They find the pistol in a quick fashion.
Keeping them in that choke point from Sprout there is such an important part of that round. Sinner's getting stuck in towards sort of the trophy room area instead of the actual ramp itself. Means that once that rotate comes in, there aren't multiple angles for Sprout to worry about. They can all just swing and look at that same position. And that means it is an easy lockdown for Sprout on the rotate. Another good start for Faven too, which is definitely something Sprout need. And the upside of starting on CT side, Dinko, is it is a lot easier to play disruptive on that CT side of Nuke. You can definitely cause some issues for Sinners, maybe try and get ahead of those yard smokes, maybe go for some lobby aggressions. I think that might be Sprout's best chance here at just snowballing this game early.
Yeah, getting a good start is almost paramount for Sprout on their opponent's map pick, so fantastic showing already. Nearly keep them up with the majority of their players. Just Oscar and Shock now left. And lovely shot from Key. As precise as keyhole surgery. Shock mountain towards the side. Spitty in with a headshot. 2-0. Good start here for Sprout, keeping 5 alive. That money is really starting to build up already. Here comes the buy from Sinners, though.
Buy at the ready. We won't get any AWPs at this early stage of the map, but we do have the Scout carried over by Slacks, an MP9 in there from Rouse. So a bit of a bonus round from Sprout. They have some money in the bank, but they should definitely be competitive in this one too. All utility from Rouse, that MP9, definitely capable of playing up on top of the hut in these closer range angles. Faven locking down ramp for this Sprout side. Definitely an important position to have a reliable rifler, and he needs to step up here, but he's only going to get 1 kill this time.
Just slowing it down now. Sinners have got the ramp control. They have so much available to them. They could commit down into the B side if they wanted, or they could go all the way back into the lobby and split from heaven. Plenty of options available once you take this ramp room control for the T side, and the CT start to flounder. They start to question what is the place. They're going a little bit more aggressive, trying to get that control and information back towards ramp. They're about to walk into 4 T players if they walk further up this ramp. So Rouse is holding down position. The MP9 at close range will be checked. Rifle swings from Key, just 1 for him. And that's fantastic. That from Sinners just to eliminate most of the threat on the B-bomb site. Rotation having to come down from Sprout, but they just don't really have the numbers. Spitty could not deny the bomb plant, but does walk away with a kill. And that kill, in fact, has pulled us right back into a 2 versus 2. Even across the board. We'll see if Neofry can get this pick. Oh, he can! Sinner's looking good now with the advantage, and Spitty has to 1 versus 2 retake this with no kit on his back. Does have a flash and an HE to play with, but they have lost that ramp control, so Spitty has to fight on 2 fronts, and Neofry will commit to the headshot from the ramp itself. Sinners with their first round on the board.
Getting a bit of early success here, forcing that initial trade and then going from there on the Sinners side. And this is the awkward thing for Sprout, is unfortunately the way this economy has worked out early means you kind of don't really get a perfect buy in that previous round. It ended up being a bonus with a couple of weakened weapons in there. And then into this one, you're, again, just shy of getting that proper meaty full buy that you would want on the Sprout side. You don't have that AWP. You don't have M4s on a couple of players. It's always a shame when you don't see Faven with one of the premium rifles. See if Sinners can keep up that early success here on this T side of Nuke. Yard smokes could be at the ready. Only 3 smokes remaining from Sinners, though, so that would be their last 3 smokes used up, and all of them have been tossed towards Yard. He is somewhat close by, but with those smokes in position, I think he is just going to have to concede this control. Secret should be taken by Sinners.
I thought Beastic might have tried to pressure a little bit more towards Garage, but instead they are just going to walk down the smokes now. Easy control for them.
Yeah, it's too risky for Key to go out into the open, right? There's a player up on Silo just watching for it the whole time. Be a hard fight to take. And that opens up the options for Sinners now. Oh, and there is that player at Silo.
Yeah. I think this is a perfect setup from Sinners.
Ooh.
Oh, he's actually going to tap him through the metal. Oh, Key didn't really have much of a fight at all from such a good position to absolutely nothing in the round. 30 seconds left. Sinners now make the play to the B side. Spitty's already rotated down the vent. He's aware of the potential flank from Neofrag, who goes in to the vent with a bomb. That could have been a big risk, but luckily, Neofrag does find that kill. So, 2-man advantage for Sinners. Sprout really not showing much resistance now at this point. It's highly unexpected for them to win the round. Good pick onto Shock, but Sinners with the bomb down on the B side. Zedko still lurking around. Not much utility available in terms of cash either here for the next round for Sprout, so they're going to save into this one. Sinners will go up to 2. They tie at the scoreline. It's a nice outside take from Sinners. I don't think Sprout really did enough to disrupt them. And just beautiful stuff for Sinners.
Yeah, I like that Sinners are going for these sorts of rounds early, where they're making sure they don't overcomplicate things. I think that's a good way to start this map, because it's worth just seeing what the response will be from Sprout when you go for some pretty standard plays initially. Right, they don't go for a fake down B and then come back up to A or anything overcomplicated. They just see what the rotations from Sprout look like, and they realize that there's some aggression that could potentially come in from Sprout. They have the players watching for that Yard aggression. Then Spitty rotated down the vents and thought it was somewhat clear, so he called for his teammate from ramp to rotate back up to A. But as soon as they snuffed out Spitty, that B site was wide open. Nice standard play from Sinners early on. I'll take that all day. And again, Sprout just never quite able to get the proper full buy. Ooh, Shock wants that fast vent dive. And he's got down safely. Even found an opener. Oscar finding an early pick in this one. That was over towards Yard against that scout of Slacks.
Oh, Key. This is where he needs to find impact. And he will. B-Stake brought down. Key looking for another one. Gets 2 out of the play. Zedko quick to snap up his head, but that is very well done from Key to at least give his team a chance into this round. Favin in a very strong position on this lower B site. Might emit a little sound there. Shock will be able to pick up that info. With the movements he's currently in vent, will they be aware of the position of Favin right now? He realizes it is going to be the B play. They're coming up towards the control room window. Favin trying to pick the right angle. Shock kills his teammate. It's all on Favin now to try and win the round. Neofrag sees him as the door swings wide open. The flash connects from Zedko. And the kill committed to Sinners will take the lead.
Shock gets down vents early, and the response on the rotation was Spitty actually just following him down the vents a little later. So Shock just sat there waiting for that player to drop down. Even though Sprout brought back some kills towards Yard, it ended up being even trades. Once it got into that 3v2, Sinners realized as long as we group up, even if we do run into 2 CTs, we should be able to close out the round. Finally, Sprout have to take a save. I think it is about time that Sprout get that full buy together with the AWP and with the nades. Favin moving close into trophy room. Sinners have just turned away from that position. The A play is somewhat risky here against the Pistols, but I think they should be fine. Dealing with the Deegs. Just the 1 kill so far for Slacks. Everyone should swing him at the end. Another nice shot. That's all they're going to get. Sinners bounce back early. They've got a 4-2 lead now. This is where we get that full buy for Sprout, though, and a timeout ahead of what is quite an important round for them.
4-2. Sinners feeling good about this now, but here comes a timeout for Sprout and an AWP in play for Slacks. Now, Slacks is an Ultra I don't think we talk about a lot, Holka. Coming into the CT side of Nuke, do you think he's going to be able to deliver some of that high-level impact that Sprout will need?
I think he's a solid AWPer. I don't think he goes outside of the standard playbook too often, but I think he goes for the standard playbook pretty well. I remember seeing him play at Cologne, and he had quite a few positions where he was good at just holding those angles, landing those standard shots you need from your AWPer. That can work on Nuke too if you play over towards Yard. But so far, I think Sinners have just been able to stick with their standard game plan, Dinko. Sprout have got to show some resistance here and force that to change.
Frag. He really is starting to create that space now. He's starting to come into his own. Good pick. Spitty able to reply and shuts it down before more can be made though. And B-Stick finds Key. Oh, that is a worrying sign here for Sprout. They've lost 2 members. I love this heads-up play from Spitty to get in towards Hut. That's going to work out for a kill into the lobby. And Shock is... he's down. And so the bomb carrier of Oscar is the only player left alone inside of the lobby. And this throws a little spanner into the works. Zedko has to come back up the vent to try and keep his team in a good position. Lovely play from Spitty to pull this round back entirely, and he's going to go again. Spitty, unfortunately could not follow up for a kill onto Zedko. Favin and Slacks in the 2v3 now. Advantage siding with Sinners. We'll see if they can close this into a 5th round, or will Sprout somehow work their way into it. Maybe it could be the Slacks AWP that we just mentioned, Hawker, that can give them some crucial kills. They're going down to the B site.
Favin has been waiting here. Knows that there are players close by. That bomb being planted, but I don't think Favin has a chance to deny it. Has to be the post plant. They don't have a kit right now.
Oh, what a shot from Oscar. Oh, it's Favin left in the vent. Really unlikely now with a flank of Zedko. 5 rounds now for Sinners.
That round gets a little more difficult for Sinners. I like that mid-round aggression. You pointed out Spitty bringing it back to a more even scenario. But Sinners still able to weather the storm. That's one of the first rounds where it feels like Sinners have been tested somewhat, thanks to that heads-up play from Spitty sneaking through the smoke. And I also love that Spitty realizes he should just fall back after finding that 1 kill, rather than sticking around and risking giving up his life too easily. Is a fast play from Sinners. Straight down the vents again. Shock has been getting this vents control so consistently. This time, though, Key could actually follow him down and flank him out here. The Shock's committed down to B.
Oh, Shock walking his way down the stairs. The double doors are open entirely for him to play contact into the site, but he's going right into the waiting arms of Key, who's looking the wrong way. Easy kill for Shock as he goes to the knife, and he's going to get it. Easy kill for him as he looks for the follow-up, but Favin, slips under his crosshair, and luckily does come away with an eagle pick. Now that's an AK into the hands of the CT side, and a 4 versus 4 with a minute left. Bomb still in the back of Sinners, and still, yes, plenty of time to win this round. But if Rouse is able to make some magic happen, potentially there was a hold there, but Spitty's 5-7 needs to do it. 1 for Spitty, but no follow-up for him. Slacks comes back up to Heaven. His turn with a sidearm to see if he can get anything done with it. Remember, Favin does have that AK, but he's in vent right now, and you needed a kill out of Slacks. And with Favin just on the AK alone in the round, the chances of Sprout winning this have gone to a very slim likelihood. That bomb is down, though, so not committed to the plant just yet. Just 1 flash for Favin.
Here's that bomb being planted up above. But I'm not sure he wants anything to do with it. Definitely a couple of nice details in that round from Sinners. I think as they were peeking that close vents position through Squeaky, you see the players kind of crouch peeking those angles. I think that's especially good when you think you're up against Deagles in this sort of round, because it just makes it that bit more difficult for Rouse to hit that instant headshot. If you're just peeking him at headshot height, he's going to be lined up. But if you sort of do an awkward little duck down and then stand back up, it's just going to throw off that aim slightly. It's a nice way of making sure that Deag has minimal opportunity to make the difference. Favin able to save the AK, but honestly, this has been plain sailing for Sinners so far. They've been running some pretty standard plays. solid team play with them, solid executions. Shock oftentimes exerting a lot of pressure. It's all been good signs for Sinners. Sprout haven't shown the ability to deny this so far. Maybe it is time to get aggressive. You could have that AWP play aggressive towards red container on yard. There's definitely a few options for that AWP of Slacks to go aggressive if he wants to. I'm not sure it's his normal go-to game style, but it's one that might have to come through here for Sprout because they need some answers right now. They kind of need an individual play to pull them into this.
They started strong with the pistol win, but Sinners have completely outclassed them when it comes to these T rounds. It's simple Counter-Strike out of Sinners, but it's been so effective. Slacks heads his way outside. AWP with the mantle. See if he can find anything at the beginning of the round. No early kills yet. The Sinners are mainly focusing on the inside of the map right now. Beastie goes towards Silo. A little bit of an aggressive play from Key, playing close towards Red Box. He is picking up information here, and that does free up the AWP of Slacks to go back in. Oh, look at this from Key. He's about to find a kill. At least he holds the information, but Beastie has evaded. The crosshair goes back, and Key will take him down. Spitty's trying to try and hold the site, but it's not worked out. And Slacks, madman, jumps down into the site. One from the AWP is up the vent. It will be the rest of the cavalry arriving as well. Oscar suddenly into the 1 versus 3 clutch. We know he can win these. We've seen them before, but this is going to be difficult for Oscar to even find a way into it. So he's going to start backing away with that AWP on his back, realizing his chances are incredibly slim. But there is still 50 seconds in play.
If there was anyone who could weasel his way into this round, Oscar would be near the top of the list. But as you were saying, so difficult to find that pick, to find that unexpected position. Because that's what you need here. You need to catch one of these CTs off guard. As long as they stick together and trade, they should be good. Oscar sneaking round yard. 22 seconds, saving the AWP would be nice. That's a nice shot from Oscar, though. Now we may consider this. Oh, not meant to be. Fathom was waiting close by. Good shot from Oscar. He's able to react into heaven, but finally, Sprout just wins some of those early fights, Dinko. They've been having a real tough time in the starts of these rounds. They were always falling behind early. This time, the early trades eventually end up going their way. We need to see more of the same here for Sprout.
Yeah, we certainly got to see more of that. AWP for Slacks taking a few more risks. You can see him diving down from heaven. We'll see if that is going to be a feature of his playstyle here on Nuke. If you are just tuning in, currently on map 2, Sprout pick up Inferno. Sinners' map pick so far, so good for them. Oscar lands the first bit of damage. Favant down to 56. Smokes, nades, they're all going in towards the A site here. Maybe a quicker play on the cards for Sinners. And it's available to them, but they've slowed it down here, Hawk. Once again, that aggressive stance from Key towards red. Oh, so lucky there, Shock, not to come away with death.
He's still sticking around, even though he knows Key could be close by. Key is sitting low in the smoke. That's an awkward angle for Shock to spot.
Oh, he's going to wrap him.
He's going to wrap him.
Oh, it's worked out perfectly. Key comes around the backside. Now Oscar's AWP, if it goes too wide, he could be picked off by Spitty as well. But Key, oh, Key finds the angle. Oscar's down, and now it's a final Hail Mary play right into the A site. Key goes back to try and get a third kill of the round. He's close to it, 97 damage done onto Beastie, but here's the play. Slacks once again committed to the site position. AWP out for one, spotted the second, couldn't get the no-scope to land, and now Zedco and Beastie looking to win the 2 versus 2. Rouse and Spitty together, working their way back into the site. Spitty around the back, gets caught, and now it's all on Rouse. The Danish player can't get it done as Zedco recovers with the 3K.
Oh, what a multi-kill from Zedco. That looked like it was Sprout's round all day long. Key gets aggressive early, gets the 2 kills towards yard. The disruptive playstyle was working. Really well done by him. He even did damage onto one more Sinners player as they came out through Squeaky. And then once Slacks gets a single kill from the site, I thought that would be enough, but just further fights go the way of Sinners. Sprout unable to coordinate those fights in the late round. Sinners bail themselves out. Now it's Sprout going aggressive towards ramp. Slack's able to trade out Faven early, but Sinners able to handle the aggression for now.
Sinners just holding down the advantage. Neophyte's come up the door. Oh, how? How does Neophyte get away with 2 picks there? That should have been a kill for Rouse, but it's so quick. And now Key, well, just a 1v4 for him. It's not very easy to pull this one off. Sinners looking at 8 rounds now on Nuke. This is much more convincing out of the Sinners. It's probably one of the best we've seen them in this competition so far. When Neophyte starts to play well, okay, you know, it can be very, very scary.
Absolutely. And you see in the way he gets those entries there, Zegko also looking sharp right now on the AK. A couple of the riflers of Sinners stepping up. It's definitely a big deal for them. 8-3 lead. And Sprout have tried to switch things up and go for the aggression and go for that disruption we were talking about, which is definitely a good sign and definitely something that they need to do. At least they figured out that that's something that is going to be important for them. But Sinners showing that they can still deal with that. Sprout down to pistols ahead of this one.
Just the pistols in play. But for Sinners, this should mean a great round up to 9. We'll see how Sprout think about this round in the back of their heads. It's inner stack right now, a double setup on top of Hut. Key playing for information from main and Rouse with the wider angle on the ramp. Not really taking too many risks. You do not want to try and take straight up fights when it comes to these lower buy rounds. You want to try and get some gimmicky angles, some double setups. Try and just pull one of the off angles into an advantage. And unfortunately for the Sprout side, that initial fight didn't go their way. And they've got this ramp room, which once again, it gives so many options over to Sinners. They could wrap around the A site from heaven if they wanted to, and that would really make this A stack quite easy to deal with.
Wrap round from B-Stick. Nice kill onto the player at top hut, and he even backs away. Key tries to run him down, but B-Stick hears those steps ahead of time. I love that B-Stick doesn't overcommit there. Knew that it's just the pistols. Knew that he didn't want to risk giving away that AK. Oh, B-Stick. Some really good kills. Just all the Sinners players getting these really fast frags, Dinko. That is a really nice thing to see from the Sinners side.
Yeah, it's been great to see from them so far. Everybody's having a pretty good game. You know, when you don't have to have Oscar showing up to the biggest level, that it's been a good team performance out of Sinners when they're up 9-3 already. Faven did sneak away with an AK. We'll see if he can carry that into the next round. But 9-3 start for Sinners in their map pick out of the T side. We could be looking at a very quick victory here on Nuke. Shot coming up the ladder does spot out Faven, knows the last player is there and does not want to commit to the fight alone. Instead calls for teammates. Faven gets that read. Now holds the ladder. Flash is good from the teammate for Shock. B-Stick allows the kill. 9-3 for Sinners.
Just suffocating Sprout, not giving them any slight chance to save a gun, to have an edge in that sense. Obviously, Sprout can still rebuy. But we need to see a couple of rounds towards the end of the half here for Sprout. Otherwise, I think it might be too far gone. Super solid across the board from Sinners, individually and as a team.
Oh.
And Shock just keeps getting away with this vent dive. He's done that a couple of times.
Look how quick
Neofrag
this is.
also going for this same play down main.
Oh, look at this, the speed, the pure pace out of Sinners right now is just catching off the CT side. And this is what you can do when you're the favorite team on the T side of Nuke. If you know you're going up against an opponent that is a little bit more uncomfortable on this map, the biggest complex here on Nuke is rotations on the CT side. If you can be fast and create confusion in terms of how to rotate and communication and the adjustments Sprout need to make, that's where Sinners can find a lot of opportunities. But to be fair to Sprout in this round, they've actually found themselves the kills necessary to keep it within touching distance. 3 versus 2.
Slowing it down with that advantage. They can finally get that bomb down. Sprout is so far removed from this too. They're just getting into position. No kits on their backs right now. It's just so hard. You can already see Rao's thinking of falling back. Sinner's always just able to find that slight edge, and we're even seeing the individuals make the difference right now. Having those individual plays at the start of the rounds too. Sinners were just kind of systematically taking Sprout apart to begin, but now that they've got into their flow, they're finding those individual plays too. (10-3) lead for Sinners.
It's unbelievable.
It's just been really solid. I think you can see that Sprout aren't that comfortable on Nuke. Clearly still getting up to speed on this map with some of their recent additions to the lineup. But still can't take anything away from the Sinners side.
Utility down towards the vent this time to try and stop that quick play. The Sinners have been able to get away with time and time again. So Sprout with some better utility here, allowing that to happen. We'll see if Sinners respect it in the long term or if they decide to still try and force the issue out the door. Sinners have not been going for a lot of these outside executes. It's a lot of inner attacks from them taking ramp control and hitting into this A bomb site that's been so effective for them. Here comes some utility towards outside now to put B-Stick in good position. That's the full smokes up. And B-Stick is just going to play with them and gets caught. He has been very good at playing this outside position, but Shock has traded that kill back immediately with a man peek. And this is given a 4v4. Sinner's being held off, though, by this utility of the CT side.
Oh, Oscar finding a pick. Sinners able to get that man advantage in the mid-round, and with 42 seconds remaining, they will start to slowly make their way down vents, and Sprout have just left the B side of the map. Oh, they don't have eyes on vents, they don't have eyes on lower. It's a free plant for Sinners, and even though Oscar goes down, it's still a strong spot for Sinners to be in. Shock can try and cut off the rotate. Good kill with the AK. Sprout scrambling to get back into position, but Sinners are pretty well set up here. Neofrag even takes the fight to them. Rao's trying his best, but Neofrag feeling it right now. 15 kills, an 11th round for Sinners. Everything going swimmingly for the Sinners side.
Well, this is just one-sided as you could like for Sinners. One more round, they've got a 12-3 half. Sprout's resistance hasn't been great even in the full gun rounds. Look at this one. You haven't got that much utility, so you're not really going to be able to slow down the quicker plays that have been working for Sinners. So Oscar's going to go for that swing out in towards main peak from door. Key playing outside has been a big problem. At least he has been a pretty shining light for them. For the Sprout defense, I think he's been very good at being disruptive towards outside, but it's these inner hits, all these kills just keep being found. Oscar gets overrun by Spitty's FAMAS. He's looking for a second pick. They don't even have the bomb with them. They're just fighting. They're just forcing their way forward. And in these inner fights, they've been winning them, but finally, Slacks gets something done. A kill towards outside on B-Stick has drawn the numbers back to 2v2. Is this a winnable round for Sprout to post 4 at the half? The A site will be taken and the bomb will go down, so it has to be the retake, Hawker.
Finally, Neofrag adjusting his position to get that bomb down. Post-plant setup should be good for Sinners. They have another smoke in the hands of Neofrag, and the nade does so much damage before the retake even begins. Oh, they've got to run back. Rao's faking the run back to heaven. They want to come back into main, but they've got to go through the smoke.
Oh, Neofrag's gonna hold it. They have to come through, and it's the first pick for Neofrag. Second player in has to be Slacks for the 1v2, and the time is starting to tick. It's an AWP to the retake, and Shock with a close CT vent kill will confirm 12 at the half. It's time for a short break. We'll see if Sprout can bounce back in the second half, or will Sinners force us to a third.
I'm like, hola, 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 hola. With your move fancy, make me wanna hola, 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 hola. When I see you dancing, when I see you dancing, dancing. When I see you dancing, dancing.
3 for the Sinners, dominant showing in the first half as they now head to the CT side. Highlights from the first half, Neofrag's performance. Hawk, I think, certainly the main talking point and looking very good, and he can often be such a pillar even on the CT side as well. So Sprout have a lot of heavy lifting to do going into the second half, and it's a quick play into the A side.
Oscar up above with the 5-7. Neofrag there alongside him. Get the early frags on the hold. Faven, though, coming back with the important headshots. And Zedko stuck behind the smoke. Another smoke put to his feet. Sinners need a play from Shock here, and they may have found it because Rao's unable to get that kill.
2 versus 2. Sinners would love the pistol start in the second half, but Sprout desperately need to pull through this post plant. Spitty starts to push forward into his lobby, gets the what a shot from Shock! Turns back, Spitty down on the ground, and now Faven into the 1 versus 2 post plant on his own. He's being pushed from heaven. Zedko with the shots, but Shock will certainly not.
The kit dropped.
13, kit dropped down. Enough time for the defuse thanks to that. And is there enough time? He holds it, and he's got it. What a lucky round. The kit rolls down from above, and Shock collects it for the round win.
Oh, I was wondering if that Heaven kill would be enough for Faven to just leave that kit stranded towards Heaven, but it ends up dropping down. Zedko had to double back to Heaven in the first play to get that kit because it was dropped up top. Faven tried to do so much work in that round, getting those initial kills to get them onto the site. Comes close in the post plant. A shot from Shock, though, absolutely absurd. But he lands that reaction shot with a 1-tap. Can't blame Spitty for trying to push him behind. It's a play that would probably normally get him the kill.
Yeah.
But instead it goes the other way. And now Sinners looking good.
It was just unreasonable from Shock. That shot landed. Everything just aligned perfectly for Sinners to pick up that pistol. The follow-up round is looking clean again here for Sinners. This was an investment for Sprout. So the next round will be a full eco. We're already looking at likely 15 rounds for Sinners. And Nuke is looking all but wrapped up. Rao's plays towards outside. 2 kills to his name. 1 of them found in this round. AK-47 looks towards Silo, but Beastic, even with the MP9, bests his opponent. AK recovered going into the CT round. Everything that could go right now for Sinners is, and they are now 2 away from collecting this.
It's not even like Sprout get a full buy here. They're just trying to force it out till the end.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but this is likely a done. This is likely Nuke packed up, wrapped up, and sent away as a little Christmas gift. To someone you hate, Hawker.
Yeah. I do like how Sprout have put this buy together. Rao's and Spitty dropping the AK, spending almost all their money to give the players with the Kevlar the best chance to try and make some magic happen. 1 damage onto Zedko, who's playing up close, but Zedko pops through at the right time. Traded out quite quickly, though. But it is some good info for Sinners early on.
Oh, Neofrag peeks up on towards top mid, does a lot of damage on towards Spitty. Nice little peek out from Beastic. Spitty removed, and an advantage now siding with the Sinners. Faven's kill onto Oscar needs to happen. This duel could be incredibly important for the outcome of the round. If Faven can get this kill or Rao's, Oscar just needs to go down quite quickly. He's found 1. He gets a 2nd as well. Surely that is map point for Sinners. Thanks to Oscar's 2K on the weaker weapon of the MP9. It's just on Slacks, the Auber on the rifle, and he is caught by Shock. Decapitation for 15 rounds. Sinners a whisker away from Mirage.
A real team performance from Sinners 2 here. Kill distribution not too far apart. Neofrag, the one man who is standing out, as you were saying earlier, but everyone else also doing their part, as is often going to be the case when you've got a 15-3 lead. Last stand for Sprout. Slacks buys the AK last second. Might as well spend all your money. Could be the last round of the map.
Throw everything into the pot, Hawker. Probably not amounting to much, but let's see if they can at least keep themselves alive for a little bit longer. But even just to pull it back to overtime, it is 12 rounds needed in a row. Shock. Oh, no, don't get caught by the timing. Turns back in time, gets in a good position. Shock in with 2 kills and finally removed. Although the close player has slipped up. Slacks is close to the rifle of Neofrag, but he'll check it. Neofrag going for more. He gets a 2K, and now it is all just Spitty. Alone in the 1v3, 15 HP. This one is a done deal, unless Spitty pulls off an absolutely wonderful clutch. He pushes up beside the generator, or should I say vending machines, and crosses in the B-stick. Who's got the one tap? 16-3 win for Sinners. Incredibly one-sided here on Nuke. They'll completely forget about Inferno now, and it's all just comes down to a best of one, Hawker. What an incredible showing out of Sinners in their map pick.
Yeah, definitely a map to forget for Sprout. They'll be hoping they can put that behind them, but just solid all round.